Okay, I want to expand for just a minute on what I just shared in stories, because I think this is super cool to understand. Now, before I share this, if you want to understand more about what I'm about to share with you, I've done 2 classes in the last week. One is 15 minutes, which was an unboxing of this MetaPWR system kit and the products in it. You'll find that on my Instagram grid here. It's about 15 minutes long. And then the other class that I taught was last week, and it went about 1:20. So it's a much deeper dive into these products and metabolic health and why we want to be caring about this. So I'll link that here for you. I've uploaded the recording at this link if you want to go and watch that deeper dive class. But here's what I want to share and expand on is this idea of knowing where we want to go, but not always knowing what to do to get there. And okay, so if you think about where you're at right now, and you think about where you want to go, and yet in between those two things, if you picture a really tall hill or a wall that you're trying to climb up, right? This kit of products is like your prop, okay? So it's going to help prop you up over that hill or that wall that maybe you've been struggling to get over, to reach that next level of health. So I'm running a pilot program right now of our Meta 30 program, which is starting November 1st. And I would love for you to join us for that. But in this pilot program, they're on day 18 with these products. And as we have come into this 3rd week in the program, we're now starting to ramp up some of our strength training. They're being much more focused and diligent around their food choices. Now, those 2 things are obviously going to create results, right? Always have. So what we want to come back to in this conversation is what are those 3 obstacles to being metabolically healthy? And I covered these in those classes that I shared with you. So number 1, we have blood sugar spiking and dipping constantly throughout the day. No bueno. Number 2, we have the concern of fat cell maturation. What's happening not only within the fat cells right now, but what's happening with future storage of fatty acids in the fat cells. And then the 3rd thing is cellular integrity. So what are we giving our body? What are we infusing our body with that's helping to protect those new cells as they're being grown? So those you can consider as 3 obstacles to being metabolically healthy. Now, this is where this kit of products comes in, and this is why it activates you into a new level of personal health and wellness. And it's individualized, it's very personal. All of you are going to go to different places with this, which is really neat. Okay, let's address obstacle number 1. So the blood sugar spiking and dipping throughout the day. So putting you on this roller coaster, which creates wear and tear in the body and effectively creates disease and aging. So one of the powerhouse products in this kit is this assist capsule that you take 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal. What that's going to do is it's going to help slow that process down so your body's not spiking right away. And you would actually be able to measure this if you own a continuous glucose monitor. So now you're moving into a deeper state of healing and repair. Your balanced blood sugar is also going to lead you to make better choices when it comes to your food, okay? Because you're not having this big crash, which then is sending you reaching for something like sugar. So your relationship with food effectively starts to change as your body feels more balanced. Now let's look at obstacle number 2 next. Okay, so next we have fat cell maturation. So influencing what's happening with the volume and the fatty acids within our current fat cells. Our fat cell number does not really change over the course of our life. But it's what's happening within the fat cells, how the fatty acids are stored, that affects future weight gain, future weight loss, body composition, how our clothes are fitting and such. So what targets that is our MetaPWR Blend. So this oil blend that we have as the oil, obviously we've got it in beadlets, we've got the soft gels, which have a couple of drops. You could take those with each meal. And then we even have the gum, one of my favorite products. So this blend is simply a blend of cinnamon, ginger, lemon, grapefruit, and peppermint, and it's helping to influence that process within the fat cells. But not only that, it's going to help with cravings. It's quite a powerful, natural, simple blend. Okay, and then our 3rd obstacle is cellular integrity. So if you watch the class, I talk about the 2 things that deplete after the age of 20, 25, somewhere in there. We start to really decline in our levels of collagen and NAD. two things that are in our collagen plus packets. Okay, so as your body moves through autophagy and its typical cell cleanup that it's always doing, the integrity of our cells when we're using this product each day is now being supercharged with those two things that the body's been quite depleted of, especially if you're my age. If you're in your 40s, maybe you're in your 30s and you're starting to think about this, maybe you're older than I am, your levels have depleted of those two things. So we want to infuse the body with these things that have been on the decline since our 20s and allow those cells to soak. Okay, so in our Meta 30 program, we take you through your first 30 days integrating these products, and we have it set up in two phases. So in the first 2-week phase, we're focused on releasing stagnation in the body, promoting the body to just go deeper into cleaning up. And we want to open up those detox pathways by having daily movement, daily walks, we're dry skin brushing with the oil. And then we move into the second part of the program, which builds in strength and a little more protein. So I want to invite you to look at this kit. I'll link it here for you so you can have a look at what's in it. And that's all you need to join us for Meta 30. So you'd want to purchase your kit by this weekend because I want you to have your products in time for when we start November 1st. So DM me if you have any questions. I hope this was cool and helpful. Why is the timing of this important? Well, I will share with you that if you've been following along my own stories and journey over the last few years, little by little, as things were shifting in a really big way, I didn't realize it in the moment. It reminds me of that C.S. Lewis quote. I'm sure you've heard it before. Isn't it funny how day by day and little by little it seems that nothing's changing, but when you look back, you realize everything is different. I've had a very direct and personal experience with that. I also know that where we are heading as a collective is going to require us to be strong, to be healthy, and to be ready to be a very bright and strong light in this world. And I am feeling impressed in my heart to help activate as many people towards that.